Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you guys are having a brilliant one out there. Hope you're having a great day. As today we dive into a little bit from Arcade Fire. We've only listened to one track from them quite a while ago, but everyone check out this track, The Suburbs, the title track from their third studio album released in 2010. We're checking this out because this was suggested. This was sponsored by Music Addict. Music Addict, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the request as well. I truly appreciate that. And when I look back, I see that this had also been suggested by Liquid Iron TV, Marco Signifred, rather, Jay Jennings, John Smith, and Evan Dro CG. So thank you guys as well for the recommendation. I mentioned it before when we had listened previously to Intervention, but before that song, I never heard anything from Arcade Fire. And I remember when I was in like high school or that age, basically, I would always go into Best Buy and buy albums, and like that's where I would literally just go and buy random albums and listen to them. That's how I discovered so much, and also a lot of trash. But but I had always seen the album cover for Neon Bible and the album there at Best Buy, and it always like caught my attention. I just never actually bought it or anything. I bought a lot of other random albums, but that wasn't one of them. So let's go ahead and dive into this track, though. We'll discuss it a little bit after. Here we go. It's the first track on the album as well. Kind of sounds like the Suburbs already. Very suburbia. Love how piano and guitar rise.
Just
I just want to see where it goes. I just want to see. Okay. All right. I just wanted to hear where that was kind of following into. The Suburbs is perfectly capturing, I think, the notion of the suburbs, the spirit of suburbia, and doing that excellently in musical form here. So what I really like is the textures within the band and how they use that to expand, elevate, and progress the music as it goes on. So I'm going to bring all this together with the theme and the music, okay, and the lyrics. We'll get there. I think that this track is all about escape. This track is all about moving on, but moving forward and progressing and growth, whether personally or otherwise. I think it's all about those things. And the track starts off in the suburbs. It starts off in, like some would say the suburbs is like that middle ground. And sometimes it's hard to get out. It's good, it's bad, whatever your feelings are. It's that middle ground. It's almost like a purgatory. Liam just woke up. And so I like how the track starts off in kind of a ho-hum kind of way. If you go to the beginning here. A nice little groove put down. Like, it's just very, very humble. It's very normal. The way it starts off. Cool. We're in the suburbs. We're put right there. That's where you're born. That's when you're placed in your life. That's your lot. Cool. Like that. As the song moves on, some of the instruments, specifically, I would say the guitar and the piano, begin to become more embellished. Of course, you hear it there in the beginning, and it's ho-humly kind of moving along. But then as we move through the first chorus into the second verse and forward from there, they begin to feel a little bit more enlightened. They begin to come just a little bit more alive. And not so much in like a solo or like some crazy lead or anything, just providing more embellishment according to the music. And then eventually you even have some strings that come in. And so that, along with the lyrics, I'm pulling you guys up here really quick, just to kind of do this all together in a sense. In the suburbs, I learned to drive, and you told me we'd never survive. Grab your mother's keys, we're leaving. You always seemed so sure that one day we'd be fighting in a suburban war. Your part of town against mine. I saw you standing on the opposite shore, but by the time the first bombs fell, we were already bored. Sometimes I can't believe it. I'm moving past the feeling. Sometimes I can't believe it. I'm moving past the feeling again. Okay. So there's this, idea, whether metaphorically or literally in a sense, but I'm thinking more metaphorically, I thought we would never leave. I thought eventually our neighborhoods would have a battle. Perhaps it's the HOAs fighting it out or something like that. And by the time he says the bombs started to fall, we were already bored. You're already bored. In suburbia, you go outside, you play around a little bit. I'm thinking like when I was a kid, like 90s and stuff. You go outside, you play, and then, you're bored. So you move on to the next thing. There's a sense of boredom in a suburb, in a sense. And so I think that that's really great how the music moves in this ho-hum kind of way. But eventually it begins to progress past that. As he says in the story, or in the chorus rather, sometimes I can't believe it. I'm moving past the feeling. And in the first verse, he mentioned, it feels like we're stuck here, grabbing your mother's keys. We're out of here. And the music begins to feel like we're moving past this. That's when the piano becomes more apparent. The guitar brightens up a little bit. There's some moments around the chorus where the guitar plays a really nice melodic fill that kind of gives it a little bit more life. And then it breathes and moves on from there. And of course, we get to the ending, which we'll talk about as we move forward. But, this is a lot different from eventually this lifted feeling in the chorus. And I think that is really beautiful how they took the concept and really brought that together with lyrics and the music and made that come alive. I think that is just wonderful in how that all comes together. And I think the ending of this is very kind of humbly euphoric in a way. It feels hopeful and motivational, like we're getting out. Even the last lines here, you're repeating the chorus. He says, in my dreams, we're still screaming. We're still screaming. Like, you've escaped, but perhaps some part of you will still hold on to these suburbs. Now, like I said, this is not all mean literally. This could be very figurative regarding something else, but we're using the suburbs at least as the subject here. The kids want to be so hard, but in my dreams we're still screaming and running through the yard. And all the walls that they built in the 70s finally fall, and all the houses they built in the 70s finally fall. Meant nothing at all, meant nothing at all. All these things just dissolve away. The impermanence of life and of all things along with it. And he says, and my dreams are still screaming and running through the yard. So perhaps it's a good scream. Screaming, having fun, running through the yard. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's loss of youth. Maybe I read it wrong before. You know, it's not a bad screaming, it's a screaming of joy. He's just dreaming back to those happy days, perhaps. And now now that they've moved on from childhood and adolescence, and now they're adults, maybe, you know, life has gotten adult-like when you're just stuck in a cubicle doing your 9 to 5 or whatever. Maybe you lose that sense of childlike joy, but he dreams of it. And I like how he reflects here in the 3rd verse. So can you understand that I want a daughter while I'm still young? I want to hold her hand and show her some beauty before this damage is done. I love that line. I want to pass on that joy that I had to someone else. I want to give them that beautiful childhood, that childhood wonder to someone else before the damage is done, before they get old and or older rather, and lose that. But then he says, I love this. If that's too much to ask, then send me a son. He doesn't care who or what. Under the overpass, in the parking lot. We're still waiting. It's already passed. So move your feet from hot pavement and into the grass, because it's already passed. It's already passed. And I still think, once again, that's metaphorically. Move your feet from the hot pavement and into the grass. And of course, we know those last lines there again. I think that's really, really good. And this is a nice kind of like, it says right there, I was going to say it, but like an indie pop song. Like, this is like a cool track with some nice little artful creativity, some great singing. I didn't mention the singing. I really like the chorus as well. And the little bits of, is it falsetto? It's kind of on that line. Or just higher singing. I really like the singing at those particular moments there as well, especially when the strings begin to rise along with them. It's a single from their album. It reached number 94 on the Canadian Hot 100. And it goes on from there. 60 in Belgium, 40 in Canada, 26 on the U.S. Adult Alternative Airplay as well. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. I appreciate you all being here. Music Addict, thank you so much for the request. I appreciate that a ton. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you all later. Bye.